5. Oh, it's backwards. Whoops.
I don't know if that'll show up. It will kind of show up, won't it?
Nobody's really going to watch.
We're going to do a homeschool Sunday school. This is called the Romans Puzzle, and I've been waiting to do this with you 3 girls, so I'm really excited about it. Around the house are hidden 4 envelopes about this size. You know, like a legal size envelope, I think they call it.
Illegal.
And I'm going to give you a clue to where the envelopes are hidden. You find them, bring them back here.
Is the clue going to be a Bible verse? That would be cool. Oh, that would have been cool.
Bring the clue back here, the envelope back here. There's no prize or anything like that. You get to eat lunch. No. But bring the envelope back here, and when the envelope's back here, we're going to open it up so that you can see what's inside of it. The first clue is, this is how I start my day.
Oh, do we go now?
And they'll have to go running. It's not like crazy.
Okay. Not at the coffee maker. I know.
It's in an envelope.
Is that an envelope? Nope, that's trash cans.
Where I start my day.
Where's your medicine?
No, I already took the medicine. It's not the medicine. Should I do hot or cold?
Is this it?
Abby's the closest. No, it's in an envelope.
Coffee? Ah! Has to be.
You don't see an envelope? All 2 of you. All 3 of you, almost. You don't see that envelope. Look at the coffee maker. Maddie.
I know, I thought that. No, there's nothing.
You don't see it yet?
Oh, it's right there. Oh my gosh!
Right to the wall.
We're right there.
Okay, here, you'll have to...
Oh
you
my
can't
gosh.
just sit there for this, because you have to show it. Okay, this is the first clue. The first part of the Romans puzzle.
Oh, it's a puzzle. Oh!
Yeah.
Wait, it's like... It's backwards? I can't see it.
Oh. Here's the verse. Romans 5, that says 8, but it's actually 12.
How come it's so light?
But we'll read all those when we get back. But that's the first one, Romans 5:12. We'll read them when we get all done.
It's so light.
Okay, the second clue.
Teeth cleaning.
The second clue. What was the second one? Oh, where we get our international news from around the world. People in a box. People in a box.
There. I have long pants on. Run, pick them up. Got it! He said in a box, so I looked at the box.
People in a box. TV personalities. Okay, so...
I faced it on me.
That was the dilemma. This is the wages of the dilemma.
When did you hide these?
When I got here, like, Wednesday or Thursday, whenever I got here. This is the second one. This is Romans 6:23.
Oh, they're in order,
it's the
too.
second part. Okay. The next
I
clue...
outline it really bad. It's so light.
Fighting the dilemma. I gave a hint of this early when you first came here Friday night, I think it was. Mm-hmm. Where you exercise. Or where I exercise.
Well, I know this. Wait. Okay, fine. I already looked at her.
I asked my mother for a big straw.
I didn't get
it's a big straw. All right. All right, you getting it?
No, we can't find it. Well, where is it? We have another clue.
It might be a little harder because it's on the side. The back porch. The back porch. It's not outside. Not outside.
No, it's on the side.
Yeah, probably on a wall or behind a flower pot or something. Something. I don't know. Some people show up on the Wheaties box, you know, Breakfast at Champion. They put me on the mini Wheaties box. It's mini Wheaties. It's not mini Wheaties. Okay, you got it? Okay, as soon as you go out on the back porch, look to the right. The back porch, the back porch.
Oh, crap!
Uh-oh, they're going to be shoving. Somebody got it?
That's not really exercise.
One of them's going to cry. I know, but I didn't know how else to hint that room. I guess I could have said where we watch the birds.
Really?
Okay, this one is Fighting the Dilemma. This was the dilemma, wages of the dilemma, fighting the dilemma. We'll read the Bible verses when we're all done.
I'm so tired.
Okay, the last one.
Oh! Oh, is that a real... That
This
actually
one-
looks like a real human.
This one is right where we are.
Wait, let's show it.
Right where we are. Is it too dark? If we dim that light, it might be better. Right where we are.
It's Jesus.
You already found the coffee one, but it's...
How do we know what Jesus looks like?
We don't, but because he was from Nazareth, a lot of people in Nazareth
How come they
didn't
didn't like draw
shave,
pictures
and
in
they
the
had an
Bible?
oath like they wouldn't shave their beard
How
and
do you
things
know
like
that?
that. Because of history,
do you
Josephus was a
mean?
history keeper, and so because he was from Nazareth and he was a Nazarene, that's what they call people in
How
Nazareth.
is it right here?
That a lot of times they wouldn't cut their hair,
You gave it
let
him?
their beard grow.
Yeah, he said it's right
Uh-oh.
here.
You said it didn't.
Yeah, I wonder if that makes it any clearer so you can see it better. Can you see it?
Is it going dark?
Dad, you know you can turn the camera on, right?
Yeah,
He said it's right here.
yeah, it's right where we are.
No, you're
Right
holding
where
it.
we
At
are.
the table. This is a morning paper.
It's the hard one. Right where we are, it's a hard one, isn't it? It's the last piece.
Where is it?
Do I tell them?
Yes.
Did you see my shirt? You thought it was- You thought it was Star Wars, didn't you?
Yeah,
It is.
it is.
Read it.
May the Lord be with you. Oh, by the way, did you hear May the 4th?
Did you
patting
read
you
it?
down.
Yeah, no, it's not on me. What now?
May the 4th.
May the 4th, yeah.
May the 4th. That's
It's
actually what
right
it was.
where we are. It's right where we are. The last envelope. Should I do getting hotter?
Found it!
Alright, that's just my note now. Okay,
Oh, I was like,
okay, now show the video so we can see the puzzles.
it was under the table.
This last one is conquering the dilemma. And here's the final piece.
Oh, he's like
Boom.
kissing him.
Okay, so here's the verses. I don't know if you can
oh,
see
geez,
that on
the
camera.
face is so crooked.
The first one was
Oh, it's a female.
the dilemma.
I thought it was gonna be a male.
Yeah, it's a little girl. I thought that was a good. You could do any picture, you know
Her
what I mean?
face is so crooked.
The first one was the dilemma, Romans 5:12, and here it is here, and down here it's over top of this picture, just this piece. Therefore, just as sin came into the world through one man, you know who that was?
Jesus.
No,
Adam.
Yeah, sin came into the world.
Actually,
through
it
one
was
man.
by one woman.
They called
the
Jesus
woman
the
is the-
last Adam.
The woman is the
That's
one
true,
who.
but mankind, you know, instead of just one man, they mean
The woman ate the
mankind.
fruit. Jesus is the bread.
So therefore, just as sin came into the world through one man, and death through sin, so sin spread to all people, no one being able to stop it or escape its powers, because they all sinned. So that's the dilemma. Dilemma meaning problem.
Wait,
you know,
If we
situation.
never sinned, would no one ever die?
Right, we'd still be in...
How come
Garden of Eden.
life and shorter? Because it used to be like
There would be
300
too many
years.
people forgot-
But we would all be naked. we
Too
would all
many
be
people
naked.
what?
There would be too many people for the garden.
But then people used to live to 300
Oh, you know,
years.
I mean, a garden. Why does a garden have to have a
I'm
limit?
confused,
You know,
Daddy.
you might picture it like a small
Daddy?
garden. It's the world. The whole world.
Remember,
Yeah, but-
Daddy.
since
Sorry.
there's like
It's okay,
there's
wait.
7 billion people in the world right now, and people died today.
But everywhere would be paradise. You know what I mean? Not just a tiny little garden.
No,
Like you're
but
saying,
then
would it
if
be
the whole
harmony?
world, like, we could barely
Oh,
have
if
enough
nobody
room
ever
for-
died.
Yeah,
It would
Everybody's
be
in the
another
dark.
dilemma, wouldn't
Yeah.
it? It would be a super dilemma. Okay,
Daddy,
so the second
wait,
clue,
I was
yeah?
gonna say something.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask whether darn, I forgot.
Oh,
Wait. I'm thinking.
Did it
Okay,
have
so
to do with
people
the
used to
dilemma?
live like 300
Yeah.
years.
900, yeah.
Yeah, but okay, so and like in history, like they talk about all the terrible things that were happening.
Yeah.
Pretty sure there was more sins back then than there was now. So how come people back then lived longer?
Yeah. Well, a lot of different health conditions and diseases and things came along, you know what I mean? Wipe us out quicker. Maybe didn't live as healthy in some ways, in other ways we did live healthier.
But now that
and like
but
you
now,
said, some people think there's more sin now than there was back
now
then,
there's,
but sin
like,
is sin, you know
like
what I mean?
it's like 100 years is known like for.
Yeah, I think they say 70 or 80 is like the average year.
It's that
God
one.
doesn't promise.
It's that
any,
one girl
specific-
who lives like 117 years because she ate only like grapes and cookies and slept all day.
I don't know.
We just
Let's
need to
stick
be
on.
like
let's
her.
stick on the subject. Okay, so that's the dilemma that sin started, and nobody can escape it. Okay, so the wages of the dilemma. Wages are like what you earn, right? So the wages.
Wages of
and here's
sin.
the next picture, which was this
Can I
one
read
here. Yeah, you can. Romans
Man,
6:23.
his face is so crooked.
For the wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life in Christ, Jesus our Lord.
Yeah, so the wages
I
of
know
the
that
dilemma. You know, the dilemma is the sin. The wages of the dilemma.
Jesus is the bread.
Was that we die because of sin, physically die. Okay, and then the next part was fighting the dilemma. This one's my favorite one. This is from Romans 7, 1, 2, 3. It was this one, right? It was just that part. And if you had just that, you didn't know it was Jesus, you didn't know it was a Bible lesson, you'd go,
You could tell it's Jesus by that one.
yeah. This one, you really couldn't tell what it was.
Yeah,
right?
we're like,
So they'll have
what
a
is
smile.
that?
But you know, life gets very confusing. You only have one piece of the puzzle of your whole life. You know, like when Alex died. Like, oh, why would God? It's just one tiny piece of a much larger thing that we don't know. Well, in Romans 7, verse 15, Paul says, I don't understand what I do. For what I want to do, I do not do. But what I hate, I do. Romans chapter 7, the whole chapter pretty much is Paul going, I know what I'm supposed to do, but I'm not doing what I want to do, and that I don't want to do,
Oh,
I'm
it's like
doing,
Anne
and what I
Frank.
want to do, I don't
It's like-
do, and I'm doing, and he's
I-
just beating himself up, and he's,
Have
you
you
know,
heard
Anne Frank?
Yeah, have you heard Anne Frank where she's like, I have a bad
Anne Frank
Anne and a
Diary?
good Anne?
Yeah,
That's
Anne
like
Frank.
what he's feeling.
yeah, where he's just struggling. And let me tell you what, when I'm not feeling right, you know, my head, or I feel like, oh God, I'm not gonna go to heaven, or whatever your thoughts are, or you know, I'm not good enough for whatever. You have to realize that's because of the dilemma. We're just born in that nature to naturally sin. It's in our nature, right? And you want to naturally do it because it's part of your nature.
I don't
And the
want to.
confusion, well, you might, and that's it. You don't want to, but you do.
But you
You
don't
know?
want to do it, and that's part of it.
Right.
It
it's
makes you
part,
feel-
and that's where it's fighting the dilemma. You know, you got the dilemma and the wages of the dilemma, and sometimes that's heaping on you to the point you're like, oh my gosh. So you're fighting the dilemma. The great thing is the very last piece is conquering the dilemma, and this
think
is
we
a
should
great
have,
verse.
like-
You can even memorize this one because it's so good. Romans 8:37. Yeah, go ahead.
No, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him who loved us.
Yeah. So we can conquer the dilemma. But the only way to do that is through Him. Just realize that God loves you, God's grace, and God's mercy, and His love is bigger than the
Wait,
dilemma.
why did God have
bigger
mercy?
than all of that.
Can we do that again?
Because
but
He's a
with
loving
other
God.
stuff? Like,
You want me to do
there's a
hide some
bunch
more,
of
please?
necklaces. But like he
So
felt
you
bad.
could
Go
go
hide some
We could do that.
necklaces.
Yeah, we can do that. So you got it?
Go
What
swimming.
was your question?
Like, he felt bad.
Oh, He's a loving God. And you know, a lot of people will say, like you were saying, well, if God knew Adam and Eve, this is great when somebody kind of helped me think about it or asked me about it. if God knew Adam and Eve were going to sin, because God knows everything, why would he start the whole thing? Well, let me tell you what. When you have to decide to love somebody, you're not forced to. Like, if you had to, like a robot,
Yeah.
it wouldn't mean anything. Like, if you had a boyfriend or a girlfriend, and she loved you, or he loved you,
That's what you
because they
decide.
had to, it wouldn't mean anything. But because they
That's what I'm
choose
saying.
to,
Like family
that's
are
what
like, oh,
makes
I
the
love you
difference.
just because I have to. Like I don't love you because I have to. I love you
Yeah.
because you're a great person.
And so it's the same with God in that relationship with Christ. You love Him not because you have to. Matter of fact, your nature is the opposite of wanting to love Him and believe in Him. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, let's close in prayer, and that's it. That's the lesson. The Romans
From the
puzzle.
bottom though, so.
Bye. Okay.
Bye
For now.
Bye for now. I can't count.
Okay,
Wait, do
let's.
that again.
What I'm gonna.
No, it's done.
Oh.
Oh. Oh.
Okay, for the prayer, instead of a lot of words.